And here we are. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. We'll turn that down for the time being. How are you guys going? Are you guys going good? You guys doing fabulous? Actually, I think that doesn't really help us because I think the audio is still low. Let me just turn that back up to where it was. And the chat is balked. I gotta fix the chat. I wasn't as prepared.
I blame
for this
Sonic.
as I
This
thought.
is all Sonic's fault. He went too fast.
Are you gonna?
So you guys like Sonic?
I don't just play Mr. Tinker.
Why is the chat like that? You're not supposed to be like that, chat. What the hell? You're supposed to be all transparent and shit. That's weird. Why is it like that? You're supposed to be
I can't see it.
Well, okay, usually what's supposed to happen with the chat is it's supposed to be transparent. But, like, because I put the link in, and then, like, it does some stuff with like, the custom, CSS to, like, make the background transparent while the text of the chat pops up. But now it's just showing the actual YouTube feed for the chat, and it's distracting.
I think
as
YouTube
shit.
updated the chat. People are saying it's fine. I think it'll be fine.
Hold on. I'ma try fix it. One sec.
So kids, you like Sonic? I hear that Sonic has this game called Sonic Heroes, and it sucks.
You're fired.
I played the PS2 version and I didn't like it.
That's your problem. You played the PS2 version.
Because
GameCube version is the best one.
I didn't have a GameCube. And I didn't know because I had picked up Adventure 2 Battle and liked it, and I played Sonic Heroes because it was the next one. I had no one to tell me what to buy.
Okay, I'm gonna just get rid of the chat for the time being because that's ugly. I don't want it on screen like that. But anyway, hello everyone. It has been quite a hot minute since we've been on this channel live streaming. I do apologize about the hiatus. I've had just a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I've had just several things to keep track of, both on the YouTube end and also IRL and all that stuff. But we are finally back streaming on Bun Squad Live. First and foremost, please let me know how the audio sounds, like how Zen and I's audio sounds comparatively to the music. It's going to be very important for this stream because we're going to be doing just all music because of the subject for the stream. But also, you'll notice that, hey, I'm in a new location. I am no longer in my brother's bedroom because that's where the PC was. My brother recently got his own PC, so he was just like, the current PC is now yours. And so I've moved that into my bedroom, and voila, I am in my own bedroom now. Also Zen's here. Say hi, Zen.
Oh, hi Zen. Also, I'm here to say that Knuckles Chaotix does not exist. I'm also here with my new roommate, Eliza. And we're here to talk Sonic. I just want to talk about Knuckles. Apparently, he does not chuckle.
And I'm just gonna make commentary every now and then.
Yeah. Again, please let us know how the music sounds compared to our voices, because that's going to be very important.
Also, Kana says hi. She also says that Knuckles Chaotix does not exist.
I should have
because
asked.
she has not seen it.
I should have asked earlier, Zen. How's the music on your end?
I can't hear anything.
You
I'm on my phone.
Of course, because you can never hear anything on your phone. It's okie dokie, Fruity. Okay, thank you.
It's okay. I listened to these songs twice through beforehand. I'm good.
Yeah, but it would be good to listen to it while we're talking about it.
Yeah, but I have it in my head. It's all good.
Okay, all right. You dumb bunny.
funny, and I'm tired. It's been a long day of work, and I want to talk about Sonic.
All right. So here's how this is gonna work. I figured for a first stream back after our hiatus, I figured let's do something easy, something fun, and I figured, well, Zen has been wanting to do tier lists for a while, and I got the itch to do one for the vocal Sonic track. So I was like, let's end up doing that. Thing is, there's a lot of these fucking songs. There are so
125.
Like, there are a lot of vocal Sonic songs, and, like, I had to, like, not count some of them, because, essentially, any, song that includes vocals, but all that they amount to is, like, little, like, bit words that, like, they say sometimes. Like, for example, the level themes in Sonic and the Secret Rings, or the cyberspace levels in Sonic Frontiers. That stuff I didn't include because, like, there's vocals there, but it's not really like a vocal song per se, because it's like, it's just like little, like a line or two that they just keep repeating, or like some vocals like here and there. They're not like proper vocal tracks. I think I also discounted the Sonic Rush soundtrack for that same reason. But Sonic Rush has a banging soundtrack, so just please listen to that when you can.
We'll get to the non-vocal tracks in other streams.
Yeah, eventually. That's a lot of tracks to go through right there.
Like 2 games.
What was that, Eliza?
You'd have to do like 2 games per stream, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I was considering doing all the tracks that were in Sonic Origins, like in 1, 2, 3, and CD, like maybe that in one stream, but like we're not going to think about that for like quite a long time. After we do the vocal Sonic songs, which is going to be split across a couple of streams, we'll focus on other tier lists, you know, whenever we have the itch to do tier lists, that is. But with that being said, there's not really much else I have to say ahead of time, so with that said, Zen, do you want to get started? I'll turn off Starter Speedway. Do you want to get started, Zen, and begin?
Oh, I'm ready to get started. I gotta go fast. I gotta go really fast.
Well, okay, let me minimize Discord so people don't see all my stuff there. Let me open up the other window. So let me go to setup. There we go. Voila. There we go. That's the setup. So the way I got this done up is that I have 2 different tabs for each of our own tier lists, which I'm going to have to manually set up at the start of every stream, so that's going to be annoying. But, so this is my one. This is going to be my tier list, and then because Zen has to be extra about things, she added an S+, and S++ tier. So, that's that.
We're going straight Devil May Cry with my list, because you there is better than S rank. There's double S, and there's triple S. So I'm just doing S+ and S++.
See, I like to keep things simple because for me, C tier, because people always like to say like, oh, well, this thing is mid, that thing is mid, because mid nowadays basically just means bad for a lot of people, but that's not what mid is. Like, mid is middling. It is like in the middle. It is not good, it is not bad, it is like plain average. So that's why I have C tier as like proper like mid, like right in the middle, and then there's 3 above for like the good ranks and 3 below for the bad ranks. So that's how I do things.
Well, you're wrong and you're fired.
Okay, whatever.
The way I tend to do things is, all right, well, we have an S tier for a reason, but S+ and S++ are the best of the best. The ones that, you know, I will constantly listen to over and over and over.
Yeah, I do get you. Time for me to judge your choices harshly. Okay, Fruity. All right. Now this first stream, I don't I don't expect to go for very long, because we do have quite a bit of songs to talk about, but like it's not gonna be like, I don't know. I don't suspect we're gonna go for very long, just because like, you know,
we've already been going for 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, because we've been doing the pre-show. You should shut up. basically the games we're going to cover in this first stream are basically Sonic CD, Sonic R, SA1, and all the character themes of SA2. SA2 has a lot of songs, so I was just like, you know what? Let's do character themes and live and learn, and then all the level themes and like the 2 boss themes. Those can be saved for the next stream, and we'll get into like that stuff when we get to there.
Speaking of that as well, I was listening to them in the car. Listening to the 22 songs that we have picked out takes about 2-ish hours to listen to them all. So that's what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be playing like literally the entirety of the songs for like the stream.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying that's to give you an idea of how long and how much Sonic there is.
Mm-hmm. With that said, let us properly begin. This is also later than I usually stream, but I want to get some sleep in. Plus my parents.
What is this sleep? I work now. I don't sleep.
Plus my parents are not home this weekend, so I can stream for as long as I want. And of course, I pick a short stream to do. Anyway, let's begin with You Can Do Anything. So,
Toot Sonic Warrior,
you're starting
Sonic
early,
Warrior.
God damn it! I gotta start the song again. No. So yeah, we got You Can Do Anything here, and this one is a fun one to start with, but it's also nonsensical. It is a very, very nonsensical song. And I can basically say that about both of the Japanese Sonic CD songs, because they are just... Hold on, let me just put that a little bit down. I hope it's not too quiet for you guys. Just let me know how that sounds on your end. But it's still a good song. It's just also, like, the lyrics make no sense. What do you think, Zen?
That's what makes it fun, though. Like, yes, there are parts that are weird. They don't flow too well at some points. And when I first heard it, I was taken aback. I mean, you saw that in the bun play, where I was listening to it for the first time. I was like, what is this? But I think it really comes together, like, very quickly. And, like, I love that it feels like an anime theme song. Keiko is a really amazing singer. And, like, I think she's the best part of the song and making it feel kind of like Yu Yu Hakusho or DBZ opening at some points. And it really hits for me. I had it personally as an A tier simply because I feel like it hits with me. I think it's one that I will listen to quite a lot. And whenever I hear it, I'm like, this is weird, but I love it. Like, I just love it.
All right, Fruity, how's the...
I think it's neat.
How's the music sound now? Compared to our voices. I have bumped it up basically as high as I can without making it just completely overpower us. So, how does that sound comparatively to our voice?
But yeah, like I think You Can Do Anything is not only entirely underrated, but I think it's better than Sonic Boom.
Oh, I can't believe you said that. No. So. What would you rate it on your tier list, Zen?
I said I'd give it an A. An A.
An A? Gotcha. There we go.
So it is A. Go back to my tier list for a second. So like, it's not top 3, but it is definitely like it is something that I will definitely put on a lot, and I think it's something that people are sleeping on. Don't sleep on this.
Okay. I'm going to give it a B just because I like it. I think it's good. I think it's very funky. I bop my head whenever it's played, but still a little quiet. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Well, I'm going to make a big deal about it though, Fruity, because I want you guys to actually hear it.
Nope, Phil, you're fired. Too late.
How's that sound now? Like, I'm gonna keep bumping it until you tell me it sounds good. So there we go. That's where we would both put You Can Do Anything. So let's go now to Sonic Boom, which is my preferred Sonic CD opening. It's good.
Meh.
All right. So Sonic Boom is my preferred Sonic CD opening, and I would put it... I also have a doc here where Zen and I just gave all our thoughts all the songs. I am going to give Sonic Boom an A tier because wait, I'm on your one. That's gonna get confusing.
How dare you? How dare you put words in my mouth?
Well, I
did not say that.
I'm giving Sonic Boom an A because it is an absolute classic. It still makes no sense to me that they decided like, yeah, let's just completely do up the soundtrack again for the US version. But like, it led to Sonic Boom, which is an all-time classic Sonic song. I don't have it included on this tier list because it wasn't in any like Sonic game or any big Sonic album, but like Crush 40 actually did a version of Sonic Boom, and it's okay. It's actually pretty good, although it has assistance from Cash Cash, and we're gonna get to Cash Cash's music in like maybe about like 2 streams, like depending on like how much we cover in each stream. But I famously do not like Cash Cash's music for Sonic, but that's a whole other discussion we can get to.
I don't like
later.
the name Cash Cash. I think it's kind of redundant. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying.
I will say, like, the main reason I don't like Cash Cash is mainly just because they use a lot of auto-tune, but again, we can save that for when we get to like colors and generations. But with that being said, where did you put this, Zen?
B.
B?
For me, it's a decent enough tune. It's like, to me, this is around the middle of my list. Close. Let me just take a look. 1, 2, 8, 9. Yeah, like, so it's right in the middle of my list, and I don't think it's a bad song. It's just the biggest problem to me is how muted the vocals are, because you can like they sound a little bit tinny. They needed more boosting. I think the Sonic You Can Do Anything theme is an actually better produced theme.
I can agree that like You Can Do Anything is like more upbeat and like is like very fast paced to match the opening. Even still, I think that Sonic Boom is upbeat enough to match with the opening, while also like easing you into Little Planet and easing you into the game that you're about to play before like having like this
it's not the beat. It's not like that. It's a beat. It's that the vocal work is better. Like the vocal like arrangement to where you can actually understand what the people are saying. And I know that Keiko has sometimes broken English, but at the same time, while I love Sonic Boom's chorus and Save the Planet from Disaster, the opening verse, I can't tell what they're saying half the time.
Oh, the rap from Casey Rankin?
What was
Casey
that?
Rankin's rap I actually like.
What was that, Eliza?
And You Can Do Anything, Casey Rankin's rap, which is in that song.
You're thinking of Cosmic Eternity.
No, we're talking about Sonic Boom.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we're the opening lyrics to Sonic Boom, like I can't hear them or tell what they're really saying half the time, and I think that's a problem. So that's why I'm just saying, like, hey, I just feel like it needed another pass. I think it's not bad, but I'm not going to listen to it as often as You Can Do Anything, simply because You Can Do Anything has so much that I love, and I could just switch past some of the weirder parts if I want to.
I don't know. It's just like, and we're both anime fans, so like we're used to broken English in like a lot of songs. I just think Sonic Boom flows better for the game, but I think we'll leave it at that just for the convenience of moving on. Let us go to Cosmic Eternity, which is the ending theme of the Japanese soundtrack for the game. This tier list doesn't include the ending arrangement of Sonic Boom, but the ending arrangement of Sonic Boom is very nice and is very cool. But the Japanese soundtrack had an entire new original track for the ending theme, and it is Cosmic Eternity, otherwise known as Believe in Yourself. What do you think of this one, Sen?
It is S tier S. Now make that motherfucker hammer time.
I gotta remind myself where I put this one. Yeah, okay, that sounds right. I put it in the B tier.
So for me, this is
Teleportation,
peak.
yeah.
It's funky as hell. It has really great opening instrumentals, fantastic beat, fantastic lyrics. It feels like a fantastic wrap up to the game. And when I first heard it, like I couldn't get sick of it. Like there are parts that I don't like about You Can Do Anything, but I love everything about Cosmic Eternity. Believe in yourself.
One of my favorite parts about that final part of Sonic CD is you just have this song blaring in the background. Meanwhile, your VTuber rig broke, so you just have like silence as you're trying to get the rig to work. All the while the song's blaring, and you're just going like you're just staring at like into the void, like.
and like I like that about the Let's Play. Sonic CD is probably one of my favorite Let's Plays, especially because for Bun Plays we ended the rolling arc. It is now done. We can enter the next bit, but like it's kind of I was really iffy about CD at first, but like the music is god tier, and it was worth a Let's Play.
As far as Cosmic Eternity is concerned, like You Can Do Anything, I like it. I think it's on the same wavelength though of a lot of the lyrics don't make sense. And yeah, the lyric that's happening right now, when she's like belting out Cosmic Eternity, it's like some lines like that just kind of sound funky, like, and not in the good way. I mean, like, they sound kind of off. So, like...
But it's supposed to sound off because you have to believe in yourself for it to work.
I don't know, I like them.
You gotta believe.
I think they're funky. I think they're really, like, I'm funky in the good way as well. I'm repeating words. But, like, I think they're nice. I think they're upbeat. Like, they fit the tone of Sonic CD. That said, I think that... I was going to go to the next song. With that said, I think that not only is Sonic Boom better, I just think that there are better songs to come, essentially. Like, comparatively to everything else, I don't go back to Cosmic Eternity or You Can Do Anything nearly as much as the other songs, but that's just me.
I do, but that's just because it was a special moment for me. But also, I think Sonic CD is underrated. I feel like the music in Sonic CD needs to be experienced, and honestly, I can listen to these multiple different times compared to Sonic Boom, where I'm just like, it does feel to me a little bit generic at times. But that's just me. That's just me.
I think I've been spoiled on ending themes as well, because there are some really damn good ending themes in this series. But with that said...
So that's Sonic CD. Sonic CD.
Let us go on to Sonic R.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Sorry, what's happening, Zen?
She thought Eliza was like, "Can you feel the sunshine?" I'm like, "No, we're not there yet."
Yeah, not there yet. Yeah, that's the next song.
It's time for Supersonic Racing.
I think we're both on the same wavelength when it comes to this song. You have it, I think, like a tier down, but for me, I'm putting this straight up in S tier.
I have it on A tier on my side. I love this song, but the biggest issue I have, and it's not super big an issue, it's that it is a little bit slow to start, and there's a little bit of a slowness in the middle, but like the chorus, the vocals, everything about that is fantastic, so it's A tier.
Better or worse than You Can Do Anything?
Ooh, better.
Better? Okay. Yeah, I love Supersonic Racing. Fun fact, Sonic R was one of the first Sonic games I ever played. It is, I got into the series with Sonic X. Sonic X was like the first piece of Sonic media I properly got into. And then I got my PS2 and I was like, oh, yeah, can I get this one Sonic game? And it was Sonic Heroes. But on top of that, my mum also got me the PC version of Sonic R. And I booted up and I'm like, what is this music? I wasn't expecting this music for Sonic, but like, you know, I was like 6 or 7 years old at the time, so I quickly got into it because it's just such a bop. But yeah, Sonic R gets you, like, it catches you off guard, but also gives you a perfect understanding of, like, how the music in this game is gonna be. And, like, and it gets you, like, it makes you upbeat and, like, ready to, like, actually start racing. And, of course, the controls in
It's
Sonic
so
R.
jazzy and funky, and it's like this in CD has such a distinct sound. Like, it is very much this era. And I do miss it, but we're gonna, we have to get to the rock era soon. But I just love the vocals. I love the focus on making sure that everything has a great beat.
Sorry, just clearing my throat. But yeah, so yeah, this song's just peak. It's perfect for a racing game, a badly controlled racing game. But anyway, let's move on to "Can You Feel the Sunshine?" And honestly, this one's another S. This one is another S tier for me.
Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up your day?
What about you, Zen?
It's S tier. Like, I think that the song is simply perfect. It has this calm beginning that makes you feel like, okay, this is great. Like, you're getting the resort, and then it's like, can you feel the sunshine? Like,
You off by 5 seconds there.
Reaching out for sunshine. Like, there's so much to love about the song. It is peak. It is peak. And for me, the calmness, the way it starts off, really blends in well with the theme that they're trying to convey. I think this is one of the top of this era.
Let me see what I wrote in my notes. Chef's kiss of a song. Imagine playing this game for the first time. You pick the first stage and this starts playing. I don't gotta do it though because I lived it. Yeah, I remember, like, this song was, like, so relaxing to, like, race to, which isn't something you would usually think of. Usually if you think, like, okay, racing game, you need something that's, like, more, like, upbeat, like, Mario Kart, where it's like da 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 da, and you just go zoom in. But, like, this is a really relaxing soundtrack, and, like, you get that vibe from "Can You Feel the Sunshine" instantly. But it's also just upbeat enough for you to be, like, bopping your head and, like, really get into the groove. It is such a good song. Also, Zen, where do you want to place it in S tier?
It's above Cosmic Eternity.
Okay, yeah, just let me know, like, placement on top of, like, the tier itself.
Okay.
It is a great song.
It is a great song, you're right.
It is a very great song. And then after that, we have "Living in the City."
Living in the city.
I noticed you say it with an accent, like "living in the city."
I mean, like, that's just kind of how, like, it's said, like, living in the city. Like, it gets to me because it starts getting more and more repetitive the more you hear it. And, like, when I listen to it for the second time, yeah, it's still great, but it's like, it doesn't flow very well. It is repetitive. It's A for me. I've got to be honest, it's A.
Yeah, it's
placement.
It's repetitive. It gets old. A tier.
For me, and it's below You Can Do Anything.
Yeah, it's a really good
And
song.
A tier is, I mean, because it's still so catchy and well sung, but it's repetitive.
Yeah, the repetitiveness does bring it down, like, enough for me, but it's also, like, it's also such a bop, like, like, especially, like, the verses, like.
Now I know you're crazy. Now I know you're crazy because you put it into that stage. Like, come on.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's certainly not better than Cosmic Eternity.
It is, though. It very much is. But, like, the Sonic R soundtrack is just so good, where it's like, even when it's repetitive and, like, like, just saying the same things again and again, TJ Davis's vocals are just so good. She, like, I've heard her described as a white woman of the year every year, and it's like, yeah, she really is. She really is. But yeah, this, like, that's the main thing that bumps it down, is I feel like compared to other Sonic R, like, tracks, it is a little too repetitive, but it is also very fitting for the stage itself, which is fittingly enough Radical City. Very much different from
Radical Highway.
Very
Wait a
different
second.
from Radical Highway. Yes.
There's a lot of repeats with their types of themes as we continue to go forward.
There very much is. By the way, as we get into the other tracks, is the audio level sounding good, Fruity? Because I don't know if you're still in the chat, but let's see here.
It's awful, Phil. It's awful. You don't understand. We got to live in the city.
I'm a head out. No. Okay, so with that said, let's go on to Back in Time. Not the Back to the Future. What? Not the Back to the Future one.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious bunny.
This is a solid A tier for me.
B.
B?
B for bunny.
B.
Yeah. So
B
I have it
movie?
B, and it's just below Sonic Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, Back in Time is nice. It's relaxing. It's calm and catchy. I just feel like it's not as memorable as some of the other ones. Except, like, aside from the lyrics, gotta go back in time.
That's what gets it for me. Like, I feel like maybe it's not as catchy, but whenever you listen to it, it just puts you in a good mood, especially when you get to the chorus and it goes, we'll go back in time. Like, that part is really nice.
That part is good, but I just feel like the lyrics themselves are, like, sometimes the vocals for them feel, like, flat. And what I mean is, like, they're not, like, badly sung. They're just not as pronounced as they should be.
Yeah,
so it's like it's not bad, but I wouldn't take it on a second date.
Well, it's funny you say that because someone's said before how I forget who it was, but like someone's kind of made the point that like all of the Sonic OST basically acts as like one extended like love song soundtrack, where it's like, you know, just all of them sound like songs that you can imagine. Like, it's basically like detailing out a relationship and like, you know, and wanting to like take someone out, you know, to like to feel the sunshine and like live in the city and go back in time, and like, you know, it's like I'd have to like look into like the lyrics to like really like pinpoint all of it, but like you can really take this as like a love song, like all these as like love songs as well.
I mean, the stuff that we're going to talk about, definitely, like, it does feel like there's a lot of 80s in this music as well, and like some of it like has 80s love ballad energy, kind of like Whitney Houston in a little ways. So like I can definitely see that. It just, Back in Time is calm, it's fun, it's just not gonna get a second date. Bachelor number 2.
Rudy's like, this reminds me of Radical Soda. I haven't watched Radical Soda in ages. I remember liking his work, but I gotta watch his stuff again because it's been quite a while. That said, let's move on to Work It Out.
Work it out. This song sucks.
It does no,
Okay,
it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. Like
it's very.
It's fine. It's okay.
very boring. Like, here's the thing for me. It is overproduced. Like, this is a C tier, solid C, but it's overproduced. It does have good vocals and melody like most of the others, but like it's so 80s. It's too 80s. You know what it feels like? Do you know, were you alive for Richard Simmons?
Was I alive for Richard Simmons? I don't know. Let me see.
No, but like Richard Simmons used to do like these workout videos, and like this kind of feels like what he would play in a workout video.
Well, he died. He died like 2 or 3 months ago. Okay. Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah.
I guess yes.
No, you probably weren't around for like the craze, but Richard Simmons was like, Richard Simmons really like feminine, lovely, wonderful person who did a lot of workouts, and like something like this would be played. I feel like Work It Out is overproduced, 280s. My hair grows in volumes just by looking at it and listening to it.
I noted down in the doc we had that it's very mid 80s motivational music for my liking. It's like it's nice. Like the instrumentals are nice, and the vocals, like TJ Davis is still doing like a great job, and like especially when she gets to the work it out, like that bumps it up for me. I just don't think like lyrically it's as strong as the other ones.
I feel like it's not as good as it could have been. It's the weakest of all of these.
Yeah,
for Sonic R.
Of the Sonic R soundtrack, it's definitely the weakest for me. Yeah. And then we get to the final stage of Sonic R, which is Radiant Emerald, and we get to Diamond in the Sky.
I believe this is Some Call Me Johnny's favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
I have to double check. Yeah.
But for me, it is a solid B. Where I would put it,
better or worse than Back in Time?
It's worse. It's worse than Back in Time, just slightly. I think it's just a bit too slow for my liking, but what carries it is the amazing instrumentals and the vocal harmonies, because it has multiple versions of TJ's voice layered, and that really carries it. I just feel like there's not enough for me to really latch onto. Back in Time has that chorus. This does not quite have as good lyrics.
I don't know. I really like the chorus of this one. God, I'm listening to it right now. Just God, like it's so groovy. I'm putting it in an A tier.
Like a diamond in the sky. I just think Back in Time is the better chorus.
The way I put it is basically it's part melancholic, part whimsical, and just 100% powerful because of TJ Davis. It works so well for the final stage of the game, and yeah, I just think like God, it's so good, just so good.
I just have very different opinions. We're like a tier off for a lot of these.
We are. We're like, if I put it in B, you put it in A. If I put it in S, you put it in A.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
With that said, I think it's going to be another case with the final Sonic R song. This is the ending theme of the game, which is "You're My Number One."
This is an A tier for me, and if you go to mine, I'll let's see, where would I put it? It's better than Living in the City. I think it's not as good as You Can Do Anything.
All right.
So it's right there. Yeah. So for me, I think this is a very good A tier. From the start, it pumps you up. It feels like a victory lap. My biggest issue is it loses a bit of energy as it goes on.
Yeah.
I really dig the opening and the way it starts. I just feel it kind of loses me as it goes. But like it's a great victory lap. Not as good as You Can Do Anything or Cosmic Eternity for like an ending type thing, but I really like the way it ends.
Yeah, it's a good track, and like I definitely do get into the groove of it, like as we go on. But like, it's not. Well, it's funny how she's belting out "You're My Number One." You're not quite my number one, TJ Davis, as far as this song is concerned. It's.
And it's a love song. Like you're my number one love. It's like, oh, okay. Is this Amy's song?
Like I just feel like it works better than Amy's song. Trust me. I think that it's a nice low key song to end things off, but naturally I just think the other songs are just better because of like just their placement in the game. But with that said,
that's all of the classic Sonic. That's all classic Sonic done.
That's all classic. Yeah, all 2 games, because classic Sonic didn't have a lot of vocal tracks. I think there was like one in like Sonic 3D Blast for the Saturn, But like that's not on this tier list, so I didn't include it.
Sonic
So
3D Blast isn't real and it can't hurt me. We chose not to do that for Bun Plays because it's not classic Sonic.
it is classic Sonic, but with that
It's not the real Sonic 3. It lied to me.
it never lied to you. You're just a dumb bunny.
I'm a bunny and I resent that remark.
With that being said, I'm getting some notifications. Give me a sec. With that being said, let's move on to the songs that I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about. Let's move on to Sonic Adventure 1. And we're starting things off with Sonic's theme, It Doesn't Matter. As soon as the ad finishes, there we go. I love this song. I'm going to bump this up a little bit.
Give up the fight.
Zen, what do you think?
This is S tier. Like, when it comes to Sonic Adventure, they really stuck a bold new direction for Sonic. This is straight up classic Sonic. It doesn't matter now what happens. I will never give up the fight.
It's so good.
This is straight up like Alice Cooper style.
Sorry, I love that bit. I had to sing along with it.
Yeah, like this reminds me of Alice Cooper style of classic rock, and it's punchy. Every single beat and moment matters. And yes, it's a little bit slow for Sonic, but I don't care because it is this really heartfelt old school classic rock.
Sorry for interrupting.
You're fired. This is really old school classic rock, and it's something that I think we need more of today. I love it. It rocks so hard as an opening theme. Every lyric fits. This is Sonic for me. This is Sonic.
I think we're both on the same wavelength because this is like S tier for me as well. It's just my only thing, and we're gonna get to this in the SA2 version, but like my only thing about this version is I love it, and I think it just comes together so well. I just think that because of its pace, like it still fits Sonic, but not as much as I think the SA2 version does, because I think it's like maybe a tad too slow for Sonic, but the overall composition and like the lyrics and everything come together so well that it's still an S tier for me. It's still very top tier for me because like it's so good. It's such a good song.
It is one of the best, but not the best. It is very close.
Yeah. But I
Don't be surprised that my favorite
can't
Sonic
be
Adventure song.
wrong. I love this song so much. Like now we're getting into the...
You're fine.
It's like
You're
we're getting to the point where it's like it's gonna be a lot of S tiers because like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 soundtracks are so good.
That's why I made the S plus and S plus plus so I could distinguish.
I will be right back. By the way, I'm just gonna put on the "We'll be back soon" screen because I gotta just check something real quick. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, so I did end up checking the audio for the music. It sounds all Gucci. With that said,
Let's continue.
Let's move on with "Believe in Myself."
I'm gonna believe. I gotta believe.
You gotta believe?
I gotta believe in myself, yourself. And so this is very different from Believe in Yourself, it is Believe in Myself. Totally different.
Yeah, totally different songs. Where would you place it, Zen?
S+ tier.
S plus?
My God, S+. When I first heard this, I was so hooked. This is a fantastic theme for Tales. It's so fitting, but it's also a banger. The beat, the feels. I can literally think of nothing negative to say. And the singer is what really sells it. Karen Blake, like, legitimately, this really gets across why I like Tales. Like, wants to fly higher, like, wants to be as good as Sonic, and it's equal parts confidence and it's equal parts. It's equal parts. God damn it!
Eliza and I singing all the while Zen's trying to talk.
It is equal parts Tails finding confidence, but also like showing vulnerabilities, and it's like, this is a banger. Like, I love it. S+.
I love Fruity says in the chat here. It's like, what's weird is in the credits of Tales of Story, it looks like Tails is singing the song. He does. It's because like all the stories end, or at least Sonic and Tails do, with like this little ending bit where like you see them like running around like all like the mystic ruins and such, and like before Tails jumps towards the camera and like does his pose, he has his lips moving for some reason, so it sounds like he's literally singing like "I Wanna Fly High." So it's like, it's really
he
funny.
Is. He is.
I mean, yeah, because all these songs, like, it's funny. It's like it is very much quite the decision to have these songs all being like sung from the perspective of like the characters. Like, they do that in SA1, they do that in SA2. It's very fun. They don't do it like as much nowadays in like that way. And I think it's like it's a really fun way to like go about it. I'm gonna give Believe in Myself an S tier as well, because like I love this song. I think it's just excellent. I honestly think, as far as like encapsulating the character, it works better than It Doesn't Matter, because
yeah,
like it's the quintessential Tails song. Like, I think the melody works for him. I think the lyrics are just so good. Karen Blake is the name of the singer. Like, she works like so well for the song. Better than the SA2 singer, but I still do like the SA2 version as well. And like the chorus in particular just makes the song. It is, yeah, it's so good. It is so good. And then,
but not as good as.
And then we get to this friggin' game's magnum opus as far as character themes are concerned.
The song with a Y in it.
Take a sip of my water as we listen to Peak here. Here I come, rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle, which is a fucking lie.
That is a lie.
That's a lie.
S plus and better than Believe in Myself.
It's so good. It's so good. It's amazing. Like how do they keep doing this?
It's an S plus tier. It does tell a lie. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. That's a lie. But this is so good. The lyrics, the vocal presentation, unmatched. The fact that they're able to make him sound gruff and yet he's still melodic. Just Marlon Saunders for the vocals and Dread Fox for the rap. They work together to give it a unique feel. And for rap in the late 90s, it's surprising how well this holds up. Like, legitimately, this sounds like some like old school old school rap, and I think it works great. But then it mixes it together with this vocal track and stuff that is kind of jazzy. It's really good.
It comes together so well. Like, this song shouldn't work. It shouldn't work because
by all means it should not work.
Yeah, it's mixing rap. It's mixing like rap, jazz, like all these instruments coming together with like, you know, this like like how do I word this? Like this, you know, kind of like softer, but like, you know, upbeat vocals from, what's his name? From Marlon Sanders. And it's like, all of it comes together, like, really well, because none of the, like, individual bits outpower each other. They all work in harmony
Oh my
to deliver...
god, Fruity, the flames of disaster!
The flames of disaster!
The flames of disaster!
I don't know why that became a meme, but I love it.
I haven't even seen the friggin' series, and even I know
either.
that meme.
I haven't either. I hear the Knuckles series is kind of mid. Mainly because Knuckles apparently isn't in it very much.
He's barely in it. It's basically the Wade show.
Yeah.
Which, But apparently the one episode is peak. But like aside from that, all I know is that this song is peak.
Yeah, it's so good. And like it all comes together to say one thing: don't fuckle with Knuckles. And on that stupid joke, let's move on to the next song.
Don't fuck with Shuckle.
Knuckles have a...
Sorry, what was that, Eliza?
Does Knuckles have a shuckle?
Okie dokie. Let us move on to My Sweet Passion, which is Amy's theme song. But one last thing on Unknown from Emmy. Most of the songs in SA1, to my knowledge, are composed by Jun Sano. Jun Sano. Yeah, it's composed by Jun Sano, but the composer for Unknown from Emmy is Kenichi Tokoi, and he does a great job bringing the composition together for that song.
Because Japan does rap right. They've always done rap right.
Yeah. Well, the rapper is Dread Fox, who's someone I've never heard of before, but he does a great job on that song. Anyway, time for the worst song in the game.
Yep.
I mean, this part's good. Like, the instrumentals for this song are really nice. Because My Sweet Passion is composed by, how do you pronounce your name? Fumie Kumatani. Yeah, Fumie Kumatani, yeah. And she, I believe, does, if I'm just having a quick scan of, like, the other songs, she also does Rouge's theme. She does Throw It All Away for Shadow. In fact, I think she does all of Shadow's theme songs. Yeah, because she does Supporting Me. She does for True Story. She does the Supernatural. Amy, stop whispering in my ear, for God's sake.
I need an adult.
Yeah, so she does a lot of good work for the series. There's just one big problem for this song. One huge, big problem, and I'm not talking about Big the Cat. The lyrics for this song goddamn suck. They suck big time.
It's not just the lyrics. I'm gonna straight up say it on my side. I put it as D tier.
I put it as E.
It is really close to the bottom, and it just, for me, it has a good melody, great vocals, but the arrangement and the lyrics are so weird. And what is this? Why is she whispering? Why is she acting sexy?
I need
an adult.
I don't want a 12-year-old Amy whispering to me about how she's gonna be Sonic's speciality. Like, shut up! Like, you know.
especially because she is like playing. Having known her from CD, her whole character was she likes Sonic, she hugs him, he runs away. Apparently, as thing goes on in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, this time there's no way out of marrying me. She's a stalker. That's her character.
That's Sonic Heroes. But like, yeah, I just don't like it in how it encapsulates Amy's character, because Amy is. I know that there's a lot of defense for the stalker type character. How, you know, compared to the other characters, she's just a regular girl, and that's changed over time, where she's become more capable and is more of a fighter nowadays, along with the main three. But like, shut up! Oh god, I can't stand the whispering while I'm trying to talk.
The whispering is the worst part because it's everywhere. It's
like, I don't like how I'm lowering the freaking audio on my headset. I just don't like how this encapsulates the stalker character, because in Sonic Adventure 1, she ends off by basically going like, you know, okay, I don't need Sonic to be, you know, capable in my own way. And yet she keeps going like, okay, well now I'm gonna be even more on Sonic's case. I'm gonna go after him even more. And it's like, I don't like that as a takeaway. And I just feel like there's so many better things. Go ahead.
I haven't played Sonic Adventure 1 yet, but like CD, Adventure 2, and Heroes all characterize her as just diving in deeper. And being colorblind, that's her other weakness.
I think that
She
about
does
Amy
one
is that-
important thing in Adventure 2, and she's the reason why Shadow saves the day.
Because she's colorblind and sings Shadow songs.
Spoiler alert, Eliza. No, I'm kidding. It's so the thing about Heroes is that like I don't even like her. I don't even like Team Rose's theme song that much in that game, but it is wildly better. It is much better than My Sweet Passion. So I'm leaving it in E tier. Also it's too long. Like this song's 5 minutes long, and like in the last minute and a half, it has nothing. It has like barely any lyrics. It just keeps going. It's so. Let's move on.
Another problem with like having 22 songs is like so many of them are 5 minutes long.
Yeah, which I don't mind if there's like stuff going on, but it's like that song like near the end just doesn't have anything working for it.
The song itself is just a D. It's you go back to the drawing board. Do not pass go.
By the way, I put Amy's theme up in A. It gets stuck in my head sometimes, and it's always pleasant. Like, okay, here's the thing. Instrumentally, I kind of agree, because, like, the pa-pa-pa-ya-pa-ya, like, that bit is so catchy. Like, the instrumentals work really well, and, like, the vocalist, who's the singer? Nikki Gregorov. Nikki Gregorov. She does good on the vocals. But, like, the problem here is, like, that the lyrics and like the whole whispering and like the meaning of it all, that just drags it down so much for me. But yeah, like instrumentally it's catchy. It's funny because in Sonic Adventure 2 they bring My Sweet Passion back, but they cut out all the lyrics and it's just the chorus. It's literally like it's the start where it's like pa 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 ya pa ya, and like it then after that bit it just goes straight to sweet sweet you're so sweet, and it's like, you know what, it actually works better that way. It actually goes more into like C or D tier that way. But as it is, E tier. Anyway, next up we have the final character thing. Well, it's not the final one because we also have Gamma's, but Gamma's theme is an instrumental, so it's not being included here. But we got the final vocal track for the characters, which is Big's theme, Lazy Days, or in brackets, Living in Paradise.
Big the cat.
Hey little guy, can you tell me what's inside?
So what do you think, Zen?
I'm gonna say it's a B tier. It's old school age rock. It's a little bit honky tonk, a little bit of old school Elvis. I would put it. Let's see. Probably. I top of B tier actually.
Top of B tier? Yeah, that's about right. I'm gonna give this song a B tier as well. I'm gonna put it. Above number 1, I'm gonna put it. Oh, this is hard because I love Living in the City.
But Living in the City is repetitive. This isn't.
Yeah, you're right. I'm putting it top of B tier as well.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I think it's a kind of mix of country, Elvis, old school rock, honky tonk. It shouldn't work. But it does. It works for Big. The motif. It doesn't really fit anything else in the game.
I love Fruity, or he's like S tier because we love Big. Yeah, you know what? S tier for both of us. It's number 1.
I can't. But I think it's underrated. It's not my top. It has some confusing bits. But you know what would have made it even better? They should have got John St. John to sing it as Big the Cat. Because like legitimately the guy would do it. He loves it.
Do you know the story of how the Big voice came to be?
No.
So basically, again, I was listening to like Sonic panels, and so there was one where like John St. John was involved, and like they brought him in to do this character, and like he saw like the visual aid for the character where it's like, it's he just saw it's like, oh, who's this like big dumb looking cat? And so he's like, all right, so let me start doing the voice. Like, let me just get like warm up my voice. And so he was doing like prep work. Like he was prepping my voice, and it's like, hey, okay, so here's the voice. Here's a big dumb cat, and like the Japanese developers were on the other line of like the headphones, and like they were just talking Japanese, and then he just hears the English ADR or voice director. They just go like, okay, yeah, they like that, so go ahead with that. And he's like, wait, what? No, that's not the voice I was gonna go with. But then he got stuck with it. So that's how the voice for Big the Cat ended up happening.
It's not my favorite out of anything, but I think it does a good job of separating itself, even though like it has some weird bits, but
Yeah,
it's still they should have gone John St. John.
It's
my favorite song in the entire game.
What was that, Eliza?
It is my favorite song in the entire game.
It's really good. It's an underrated track. I just like the main trio's songs better. But it is a very, very underrated song that people don't give enough credit. But with that being said, here is the magnum opus from SA1 as far as the soundtrack is concerned.
All right, everyone stand up for the national anthem.
Well, I'm not gonna stand up because you would just be seeing my torso. But we gotta let the storm brew and build up. And now we get to the guitar. Here we go. God, this song's so good.
Thunder, rain, lightning.
So I mean, it's like, it's here, right?
It is S plus.
Okay.
And it is, it is just above, fuckling with Knuckles. Fun fact: I was listening to this as a thunderstorm came through where I was driving through for work.
Wow!
And so like there were thunder, rain, and lightning was happening right there.
Fruity. Okay, so just on Big's theme, I like to imagine the two vocalists of Big's theme are Big and Froggy themselves. I think that's what it is, because he's like, hey, big guy, hey, little guy. It's like that little back and forth there. It's like I very much think it is the two of them.
Yeah.
Yep. All I have to say is like, this is absolute perfection for.
There is no way I can lose. God, this song's so good.
This is a S plus tier, absolute perfection for a boss theme. Like, it is Rush 40 perfecting classic rock, and I love it. Like, it has this energy about it that is the same thing as it doesn't matter, but it just pushes it even further. Like, this is one. Like, a song that you want to hear on repeat when you go to a final boss in a video game. This is what you want. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the best main theme soon.
Well, I don't know if it's the best main theme, but we're gonna have to go to the other streams before we can really discuss that. But with that said, Open Your Heart is just, it's so good. I mean, I didn't even really put any notes for it. I just said, I mean, yeah. Also, that line, like that just played now, like, all your cunning tricks make me sick. I love Johnny Gioletti's delivery of that line. It's so good. It's so good. Like, the tone works so well for Sonic Adventure 1. It's the first thing you hear when you boot the game up and watch the opening. It works so well when you're fighting against Perfect Chaos. It's like, God, it's so good. Like, it's like I want to say.
What do you think, Kana?
I want to say some bigger analysis on it. That's not just it's so good, but like, listen to it. It's like
it is peak classic rock. And Kana says that she likes it.
I probably should have prefaced this. I probably should have prefaced this from the beginning and say, like, Zen and I aren't music critics. Like, especially myself, I'm not good at like discerning like all the little like bits of minutia when it comes to like the different like instrumentals and like the vocals. You know, it's like I'm a casual like listener and observer of music, so I'm not the best critic when it comes to that in that regard. But like, you know, Do I even need to explain
Music
why
is
Open Your
so
Heart is so
subjective
good?
anyway. Like, music is one of the most subjective forms of media. And so,
Yeah.
like, I can say you're crazy, but, like, at the end of the day, if you like it, you like it. But this is peak.
Fruity. When I play Sly for the Sky Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh, this is always the theme that goes through my head.
I mean, yeah. Slay for no swiping.
I mean, just look at Perfect Chaos. Whoops, misspelled it. Like,
How can you misspell chaos?
Well, because my fingers
It's not
slipped.
what I can.
Sure.
Sure, okay. But just like, look at this.
It's a giant, like, fuck you water dragon.
Let me just get large. Oh, this is a Sonic X version. Let me pull this up real quick. Open! There you go. And that's not big. Well, you lied to me. You lied to me, Google Images.
It's
Whatever.
Google. What do you expect?
Whatever, Google Images. Let's move on to SA2 already.
All right, let's bring it home.
I went back to Open Your Heart. Come on. Let's go. All right, so when it comes to Sonic Adventure 2, like I said at the beginning, just for this stream, we're going to be doing the character themes and live and learn. All the level themes like City Escape and the Knuckles raps and the Shadow songs for Team Dark or the Dark Side, like all that is going to be saved for next time. If I had to hazard a guess,
I wanted to end on Pumpkin Hill, but I was vetoed.
Well, no, because the way I had it initially, the way I had it structured initially is we were going to do the hero side character themes, then the hero side level themes, then the dark side character themes, dark side level themes, then live and learn. But I was like, okay, well, if we're going to stop halfway through Sonic Adventure 2, let's just do all the character themes in one go. And it also works to, like, end on live and learn. If I had to hazard a guess as to where we're going to end off next time, I want us to end off at the end of Sonic 06. So we'll see how we go. But let us begin with the character themes for SA2. Starting
Which are unfortunately not as good as the others.
I would argue that It Doesn't Matter is better than its SA1 counterpart, but that's just me.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. So what do you think about the song, Zen?
First of all, I'm gonna put it B tier. It is a solid B. It's let's see. I'm gonna put it under Living in the City.
Okay.
Look, it's a good song. It's a great song for what it's trying to do. But while it's upbeat and it is fast for Sonic, it brings the pace up. It just doesn't have the punch of the original. I'm not sure if it's vocals or the speed, but it doesn't feel perfect for me because the original one, when it's like, it doesn't matter now what happens, I will never get up the fight.
You are roboting a little bit, I will say.
I am roboting?
Yeah, a little
bit.
bit.
Am I still? Hold on, 1 sec.
Yeah.
1 sec. How do I sound now?
Still kind of robot-y.
I mean, I don't know what I can do about that.
Hold on. Talk?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Am I roboting now?
Still a little bit, but we're like close to the end of the stream. I guess we'll just roll with it. Robo Bunny, yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I say. It's a lot of it is the pacing too. Like, you know, in the original, it's like, doesn't matter now what happens, I will never give up the fight. And when it gets to that part, it's like not working for me. It doesn't have punch. It doesn't have like, the finesse of the original song, and it just doesn't get for me.
See, I like the song better because of the faster pace. I just think it works much better as a theme for Sonic. And like, whereas I really get into Open Your Heart, whereas I get into It Doesn't Matter as like a theme in SA1 because of the composition as a whole, and because of the way in which it like it all just comes together and there's like a lot of punctuation on certain parts of it. I groove a lot more to It Doesn't Matter in SA2 as like a theme to like rock out to, because it is like, oh wait, also this is my tier list. Whoops. Put it oh yeah, I was looking at my one. Zen, what do you want to put on your one?
Below Sonic Boom.
Below Sonic Boom? Okay. And then my one is going up in S tier. Yeah, I just groove out to this song a lot more in SA2 because, just looking at my notes here, it's my preferred version of It Doesn't Matter. It contains the same lyrics that work so well about the first version, but I think this one fits Sonic more. I love how fast-paced it is. The first one arguably comes together better, but this one makes me want to jam out to it every time I hear it. I love whenever it gets to the chorus, and it's like, it doesn't matter now what happens. I love the pace of this one just that little bit more than the first one.
I don't. I think it's too off-putting. I'm expecting something else, and it just goes...
Okay, let me...
I think it goes too slow for that part, honestly.
Let me ask you this: if you had no knowledge of the SA1 version, what would you think about this?
I still would think something felt off. Like,
I don't agree.
The beginning works. I just don't like the way they arrange the chorus. I don't
agree. I think this one's a bop. I really love this version of It Doesn't Matter.
I think you're full of it.
No, I think you're full of it. I think you're being too harsh. With that being said, let's move on to Tails' rendition, the rendition of Believe in Myself from SA2. What do you think of this version?
It's an A. So it's close, but it's not quite. Let's see, where would I put it? If I can open this a little bit more. Hold on. I put it just under number 1.
There we go.
Like, here's my thing. The biggest problem I have is that the original singer is not there. This isn't a bad rendition, but I don't think it quite hits the highs of the original because of the new singer, and it just, the arrangement is fantastic, but they need to bring back the singer, and I get wanting to create a new rendition, a new take for a new game, but sometimes I feel like she's too flat compared to the original singer, and it loses a lot of the memorableness of the extremely amazing original, and that loses the points.
I will say I do like Karen Blake as the singer, as opposed to Kaz Silva, who does the vocals here. But I still think Kaz Silva does a good job. I'm gonna put it in B tier myself. I'll put it at least here. Do I think it's better than Living in the City? It's tough because I really do like this version as well. It's not as good as the original, but I do like this version of Believe in Myself. I would probably say, let's see what I said in my notes. A tad too droning compared to the original, but I still really like it. Has a unique sound comparatively to the point where it almost doesn't sound like the same song. But while I didn't like the singer initially, she has grown on me a ton. Yeah, I'd say this is a good spot for it. I'm confident in that position for it.
All right. Are you ready to talk about the worst one?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst out of the ones we've talked about. This is the rendition of Unknown from Me in SA2. Yeah, and I mean, why don't you start?
Okay. I'm gonna say a few things, so just let me finish. E tier, first of all, E tier, E as in nearly unsalvageable, because this is a mess. I like the beat, but I can't even hear or understand the lyrics. It is nothing like the original. There's some good backing vocals, and some of it is the chorus is kind of woven in from the original, but it is overproduced and it gives me a headache. It tries to do too much and I can't focus on anything. It's just almost unlistenable because every time I listen, I'm trying to pick something out, whereas the original had very discernible rap lyrics, very discernible vocals that were fantastic. There's like all these different things like that the original was trying to do and succeeded at, but this fails at every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's almost unlistenable.
This one's D tier for me. I can somewhat get into it, like, depending on my mood. I just don't like the rap. I think 100p does a good job elsewhere in the game, but like I don't really think he did a good job mixing Unknown from Me. I just think that again, I'm just referring to my notes whenever like I'm drawing a blank, but basically if the original did a great job at not feeling tacky, this is the opposite of that. 100p is definitely iconic for a lot of this game's raps, but this one ain't it. Barely audible and collides too much.
Damn right.
You're damn right, Knuckles. This is Knuckles, and I'm back. We're gonna get to Kick the Rock, but one of my favorite lyrics in any of these is "This is Knuckles, and I'm back." But yeah, barely audible and collides too much with Marlon Saunders' beautiful vocals. It's not awful for me because again, I can get into the instrumentals enough, but like it's a massive downgrade of all the songs, and there's gonna be quite a few songs that have like multiple versions. Of all the songs that have multiple versions, this is probably like the biggest downgrade. It is
very
big.
Like the most hurt by the adaptation. If you go to my list for a second, I just want to see how far down it was. So from S to D undo, for me it went from S plus to E. So like that's a huge gap right there.
Yeah.
And it's
It is a pretty big gap. With that said, now we go into the Team Dark songs, and I'm actually going backwards for this, whereas I went Speed, Flying, Power for the hero side. For Dark, I'm gonna go Power, Flying. Well, okay, no, that doesn't count for SAO2 because I'm going by the heroes designations. It's more like Speed, Mech, Treasure Hunting. So now I'm gonna go Treasure Hunting, Mech, and then Speed, ending with Shadow. So first, let's begin with a Rouge the Bat. And I gotta say, out of all the songs I would classify as underrated in this franchise, I absolutely adore Fly Into Freedom. I would give it like an A tier. This is honestly going straight into A for me because I adore this song so much. It's like, you know, it's just like going to that B movie meme where it's just like, you like jazz?
No. You like jazz?
You like jazz?
I haven't seen B movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a solid A tier as well.
This song is like, it's just so criminally underrated because like I love how the way I describe it, it's like it makes Rouge seem like this like smooth James Bond character, and I love that. It instantly gives you a vibe for who Rouge is. And I love it when Sonic character themes do that. It's just like, you know, just by listening to this, like, okay, I get this character. I understand exactly who they are. And it's not belittling her or like making her such a one-note character like My Sweet Passion did for Amy. It's like, it makes her, like, it definitely, like, goes very much into the, like, the sexy aspect of Rouge. Because, like, you know, they definitely lean on that aspect. Let's not kid ourselves here. But they also make her seem like slick and like cool, and I love that about this song, and I love the jazziness that they give. Not just this song for Rouge, but also like all of Rouge's themes in the game. It's I love it. What about you, Zen?
A tier, a solid A. I would put it above Supersonic Racing. Bring it to the top.
Yeah,
it is underrated. I think it needed a little bit more punch. but like it is a very jazzy theme. It has melancholy. It is kind of noir in places. Reminds me of the main theme of Persona 5 at times. Very good, very fitting. I just think it's a little bit too long. But
I
like otherwise,
that.
like it has that like jazz Persona. Love it.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think that's maybe why I also bump it down a little bit. Like, there is a point in like 2/3 in where it like maybe it kind of like goes on a little too much. But I still do like the jazziness that it gives at that point. But yeah, it's God. When it comes to songs like this that are just like so good, it hurts me to go to like the next track, you know. But I mean, it does help that the next one is also really fucking good. So let's go to the theme song for the main big bad of the series. This is the Eggman, and where do you put this one, Zen?
No.
Zen, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, where do you put this one?
I'm sorry. I'm getting two different. I can't hear. Sorry. What were you saying, Phil?
Sorry, I was just saying like. I was literally just asking like, where would you put the song?
This is S tier. Like from the moment I heard the first thing, it's like it's a mad scientist theme that I love. Where would I put it? Just below. It doesn't matter.
It really is. Oh, look at that, Sonic and Eggman together. It really is like a mad scientist's manifesto. It's so good.
It is a great mad scientist theme. It has like rocking chords, but echoes of madness. Like it changes up every so often. But also like, I am the Eggman. This is my master plan. It makes Eggman a badass name. It's
so good.
I am the Eggman. This is my master plan.
He
is the walrus as well.
My empire. It's so good. Such a good song.
It is just the right length. It is about 3-ish minutes.
Oh yeah.
It is, but it has that grungy like stage to it. I think this is one of the perfect Eggman themes. Fantastic.
No, I listed it down as A tier in the doc, but I think this is the first one.
It's S.
I think this is the first one I'm second guessing myself because I ran on an S for the longest time. I was like, maybe it's a little too cheesy, but I'm like, you know what? No, I have fucking Can You Feel the Sunshine in S tier. Let's put this at the bottom of S.
I am the Eggman. This is my master plan.
It's really good. I just love how the way I've worded it here is basically it's badass, it's techno, it's threatening, it's cool, and it's cheesy, which all describes Eggman. Like it I love the fact that it's still very cheesy while also being cool. It would be
really cool if Jim Carrey used this in the third movie.
Have you seen the edit of him dancing to it in the first movie?
No.
Hold on, let me pull that up 1 second. I gotta pull that up now. 1 sec. Sonic movie. I am the Eggman.
Also watch New Babes in Toyland Disney debate.
Yeah. I guess this is gonna have to do. So let's pull it here. I don't know if you'll hear it though. Why is it so pixelated?
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm looking at this.
All right. But yeah, I'm putting in an S. You put in an S. I think that works. I think that looks Gucci. Now it is time for Shadow's first ever theme song, "Throw It All Away." I'm gonna let you start off with this one.
I give it a B tier. It has problems, but I think what really makes it work for me, let's see, I'm gonna put it, below Diamond in the Sky.
Okay.
No wait, below Diamond in the Sky. That's right.
All right.
It's a good song. It's a great new villain theme. It's dark, it's techno, it's heavy, it has grunge, it has all these different really elements that fit Shadow. But like, while I like the lyrics drop with the filter and stuff like that, it's very edgelord, very I stand alone. I stand alone. All that's great. But it's really long.
It really
and I don't like how
very much is.
It's very padded because like it takes forever for the vocals to even start, and then there's a part in the middle where they take a while to get to it, and then there's a part in the end. Like, this could have been great. It needed more work, but as is, the bottom of B tier.
I remember you put it down to like because you started at like S+ tier, then you're like, oh, you know what, it's an S, and then by the end you were like, yeah, B, and so it's like.
It starts off so strong with the beat. It's so strange.
I will say, like the techno beginning it has is like really strong. It is a really strong beginning.
But it takes too long to actively like put it in gear.
I know Fruity's like in the chat. He's like, this is an S tier. A lot of people put this in S tier. A lot of people.
No. He was saying that about Eggman.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I do know a lot of people. A lot of people put Throw It All Away like at the very top, which is why people are going to be very mad at me putting it in C tier, because I've never been into Throw It All Away, I'm going to be honest. Like,
there are better Shadow songs.
There are definitely better Shadow songs.
Yeah, there are much better Shadow songs,
like,
yeah.
What I put here is basically... like, maybe a hot take, but I've never vibed with this song. It has good parts to it, like the opening, which instantly draws you in. Like, I do like the techno-oriented parts of the song. It's what elevates it to C tier for me. But, like, it takes too long to get going. The lyrics are just very, like, nonsensical to me. Well, not even nonsensical, it's just that they're very droning, and I feel like as far as angst goes, like, there are definitely Shadow songs in the series that do that a lot better without sounding kind of whiny, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I like the voice filter, but I wish the vocals kicked in sooner. I wish you could hear more of them. Like, there's just a lot of problems with it.
Especially when you get
with that said,
especially when you get to this chorus here, like that's playing right now, like the vocals and the instrumentals don't really match together. And again, like you said, it's also way too long. Kind of like how My Sweet Passion went on for too long in SA1. This one's like that equivalent in SA2, where I just feel like it goes on too long for no reason, you know?
Mm-hmm. With that said, we saved the best for last.
Oh, we definitely have. The last song for this first part of the tier list.
All right, everyone stand up. This is the true national anthem.
And I already know where you're putting it, so I'm just going to place it in that position right now. And, yeah, it's Live and Learn. It's Live and Learn.
Just tomorrow.
It's so good. It's just...
This is S++ tier. Nothing will ever top it, and... It is God, is the true national anthem. The vocals, the beat, the energy, the rock and guitar solos, everything, the way they hold the notes on certain words just makes it. It is classic rock brought to modern standards and perfected. Like, this is just so great, especially because of the way they arrange it, of the way they, like, you know, make you feel like, oh my God, things are going crazy. Like, you know, this the game opens with this. Like, this is part of the Adventure 2 battle, and you open with it, and it's like, oh my God, what's going on? It's like you're in the middle of the midnight. You pop the game in your GameCube, and then all of like,
like I said before, I'm not a big music critic or anything, but I will say one thing I can say about this song is that it is the song that basically perfected Crush 40 style. And there are a lot of songs going on from here that call back to Live and Learn, even if it's in subtle ways. Like, What I'm Made Of from Sonic Heroes sounds a lot like this. And, like, friggin', even as recently as Team Sonic Racing, like, the the bit before the chorus in Green Light Ride sounds a lot like the pre-chorus bit of like the bit just before the chorus in Live and Learn. Like it's very like it influences a lot of Crush 40's like a lot of their music, and it is absolutely one of the best. I will say, Live and Learn is not my top Sonic song. There are Sonic songs that I do like more than Live and Learn. It's obviously not in this stream. It's absolutely the best of all the things we've talked about. But there are other Sonic songs that I do prefer over Live and Learn. But we will get to that when we get to them. Yeah, it is just such a good song.
This is a vibe.
It
it's
really
like,
is.
I believe you wrote in your script that it gives you a sort of Vertigo feeling.
It really does,
like,
especially when you pair it up with the final boss of SA2, and you're fighting the Bio Lizard now that it's fused with the Space Colony arc. Like, and you're just flying through space as this song plays, and like it really does. Especially like when the song goes like, "Ooh, looks like it came back for more." Like, like the way it like plays with the vocals like that is just so damn good. It's such a good song.
It is one of their, like, they're testing their limits and perfecting it, and like showing, okay, well, we can do this to stylize it. We can do this, and I could listen to this over and over and not get tired. It is a longer song, but I don't care. Every single bit matters. Every single bit has a purpose, has a point. It doesn't feel repetitive. It is good. This is just Sonic to me, and like, granted, a lot of it is memories of playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle at my friend's house, finally getting a GameCube, getting it for myself. Like, this is Sonic to me. This is when I first started getting into Sonic. Now, then I played Sonic Heroes on the PS2 afterwards, and then Sonic Riders, and fell out of the Sonic fandom.
Sonic
really
Heroes
quick.
and Sonic Riders are both good. You're just being mean.
Sonic Heroes on PS2 was bad, and Sonic Riders was confusing. How do I play this game?
It's funny.
How do I play this game?
It's really funny you say that. I'm just gonna let the song end and have it end there. Okay, there we go. I will say, it's funny how you say that Sonic Riders was like, you know, it's just so confusing. You don't know how to play the game, because that's the thing. People getting into Sonic Riders get confused on how you play the game. Meanwhile, as far as I can tell, Sonic Riders fans like the first game the best and consider Zero Gravity a downgrade, because they don't like that Zero Gravity simplified the controls and made it like easier to understand. Because and that's the thing about Riders, is like, it's a high learning curve, but once you've got it, you've got it. Like, it's like it becomes like one of the more like, it becomes like a racing game that you really have to like think about and really gotta, like, you know, and that's why people like it. That's why people like the Riders games.
As long as it's not Sonic Free Riders, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, like, for a casual person who's not a racing game fan, who just wanted to try the next Sonic game, who really loves Sonic Adventure 2 and was put off by the pinball area in the PS2 Sonic Heroes, this didn't do it for me. It just was not right. I mean, granted, like, I was right. This was around the time where I was starting like taking back games to the store. There was a Naruto game that I tried. I didn't vibe with it. It wasn't even like the Ultimate Ninja. It was something else. And like, this was around the time where I started realizing that games could sometimes not really gel, or like, I felt it was bad, you know, and I started taking it back.
You went to the Sonic Symphony, Fruity? That's nice. That's awesome. I know Tifa also went to that, which is funny, because she's not a Sonic fan. But with that said, that's where we are going to leave off for this stream. I haven't even hit 2 hours. That's I definitely think we can handle a few more songs than we have this time around.
We can. We almost hit 2 hours. I was a little bit worried because, like, I'm gonna be honest, 22 songs is a lot.
Yeah.
But let's keep the tier lists as they are.
Yeah.
and then as we continue, we'll do the next few because I want to see kind of how they stack up. But like when we release this as like its own video on this on the VODs and stuff here, I just want to kind of see how this journey progresses. And I was a little bit worried, not gonna lie, because some of these songs are so long.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna have an easier time next time. So we did 23 songs this time around. Next time around, the goal is going to be to reach the end of Sonic 06, which will bring us to around 30-ish songs for next time. So that's gonna be about 30 songs, which I think we can manage, because if we went about an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes for this time around, I feel like that'll be like just maybe a little over 2 hours, which I think we can manage for a stream, especially because those songs aren't as long, you know.
Yeah, like we're starting to get past a lot of the longer ones now, finally.
Yeah, so we'll finish SA2 next time and do Heroes, Shadow, Riders, 06. Then for the next stream after that, we're probably going to do all of the pre-2010s era stuff. So like stuff like Unleashed and Black Knight and Secret Rings. Although again, we're not going to do the level things for Secret Rings because they barely count as vocal tracks. And then the last.
Oh, you mean the Werehog, the Sonic the Werehog, where
no.
Makes no goddamn sense.
It's no. There's no vocal tracks for the Werehog. It's the level themes of Secret Rings where it's like let the speed mend it, like those songs. Then I honestly think the last stream is mainly just going to be Forces and Frontiers, because both Forces and Frontiers have a lot of tracks in them. But we'll get to that when we get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also just looking at my tier list now. I very much put a lot of songs in S tier.
That's why I added S plus and S plus plus, because like it gives you a more distinct area. Like if you go to my list for a second, you can see how kind of things showcase out with a little bit more general towards A and B. And then, kind of there's not as bad. It makes it more compartmentalized for me.
I get it, but also it's like, if S tier is peak, then what does that say about S plus and S plus plus? It's like, what, it's beyond peak?
S plus and S plus plus are ranking the best of the best.
I mean, I get that. I can definitely understand that. I think I'm just going to keep it as is, especially because, like, I know for a fact that a lot more songs are going to be on, like, the bottom end here when we get to, like, some of the later stuff. And looking at, like, what we have for next time. Oh, no, actually, no, there are going to be a few S tiers next time. But, like, there are going to be more songs that just go on the bottom end over here as well.
Have you forgotten City Escape, my friend?
Yeah, we're literally starting off with an S tier next time. But, like, yeah, with that being said, I will keep the tiers as is. I will probably have to redo yours because I think it's only going to save, like, one of ours. But I will do them up again, but when it's time for the next stream. So my plan is, as far as the streams are concerned. Oh right, you did post the photo with Alpha Rad. Yeah, I remember that, Fruity. I remember seeing that. I am actually jealous that you got to meet Alpha Rad. But with that said, our plan for these vocal Sonic track tier lists is going to be trying to do these like once every 2 to 3 weeks. We're not going to do them week to week just so we don't burn ourselves out, but like we wanted to do them at least once every 2 to 3 weeks just so we're not stalling on this and like making you guys wait like a whole year for like one whole ranking of like this one tier list. But yeah, so maybe in about like 2 weeks time expect part 2 of this. I'm expecting this to be like a 4-part tier list to do, but with that said, I have been a Philip. That's your cue, Zen.
And I'm Zenith Warrior Princess, the cutest of buns, who is tired and needs to go to bed.
Yeah. As far as next week is concerned, I don't know if I'm gonna do a stream on this channel because we have the backslog coming up. But as far as like starting up any new games are concerned, I'm also just gearing up for October, since I have a few spooky streams I want to do, because it's October and it's gonna be all Halloween themed. And the next full game I have that I want to do top to bottom is gonna be Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which I'm going to be saving for like towards the end of October to begin, and then carry that out through the rest of the year. But with that being said, I will discuss that with you guys on Twitter and such as we go on. But for now, have a good one, everyone. Take care, and we will see you guys in part 2 of the T list. Take care.
And just remember, Phil's wrong. Live and learn. Best goddamn song S++.
Okay. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.